About 1 in 10 people getting swabbed for COVID are coming up positive these days. And an even higher rate of people who think they have the flu are finding out they actually have COVID. Gina Mangieri is always investigating and deciphers what these positivity rates mean.
We're used to seeing the daily COVID test results numbers, but there's another program that's been there all along that gets a little less attention. It's called the Flu Surveillance Program. Now, that catches COVID among people who thought that they just had the flu. Now, I've watched the weekly numbers there all along, and the surge in positive cases there is astounding. Every year, starting in October and running through to the next September, departments of health nationwide track the flu. Hawaii reports its data on what's called the Influenza Respiratory Disease Surveillance Report, a weekly digest of how many came down with flu-like illnesses, got tested for flu, and how many died. With COVID, which mimics flu in some of the symptoms, health officials started checking out whether folks negative for flu had COVID instead.
People get fever and body aches with the flu and headache, and people get fever and body aches and headache with COVID.
The flu surveillance has found 114 cases of COVID among the flu negatives since the spring. The rate of COVID positives in this data has been steadily climbing, just as the positivity rate in regular COVID tests has. But the rate of COVID positives among the flu surveillance batch shot up to double digits for 4 weeks now. And it's coming in at about 1 in 4 patients at this point.
That means that a lot of people who are having any kind of symptoms whatsoever are COVID positive. And so our symptomatic rate for positives will probably be quite high.
The positivity rate is also high in the COVID-specific test numbers that the health department puts out each day at noon.
9.3%, that's a number for today, right? 265 people out of about 2,700 tests.
Thursday hit a 12.3% positivity, an all-time peak in the positive rate in those COVID-specific tests.
And I do think the number will come down, not just because of the lockdown, but because we are going to have a large denominator. We're going to have a lot of tests next week. It's a lot of asymptomatic people that are going to the surge testing.
The Department of Health's dashboard shows the positivity rate as a 7-day average, so right now it's reflecting 6.2%.
They were very low for a long time, but down around 1.3% for many weeks. That was pretty steady. That was our steady baseline. And now, you know, I think with their weekly averages have been in the 7% range, and next week is probably going to be worse because of these last 2 days.
COVID and flu monitoring overlap in more ways than just the shared symptoms and the weekly surveillance report. The next flu season is about to get underway.
Get a flu shot this year. I would love to see us like at 80% and prevent a lot more flu. Normally only about 40% of our people get flu shots. They suffer the flu, and a lot of people get over it quite quickly because only about 1 out of 1,500 people die from the flu.
So far in the flu mortality report, more than 640 people in Hawaii have died from pneumonia and influenza-related causes since last October, out of about 100,000 doctor visits for influenza-like illnesses.
If we allowed ourselves to have 100,000 cases of COVID, if that were to happen, we could have 10,000 fatalities. So that's a big difference. I'm not making light of the lost life from flu or certainly from COVID, but they really are apples and oranges.
Gina Mangieri, KHON2 News, always investigating.